another look into Saner, the owner of the oil field. They were behind what happened. They hired the PF, not United. They restarted the facility all the while pretending they were the victims. One other thing. Saner's Johannesburg head office is just a room in a multi-tenant building. Company's essentially non-existent. 3 years ago, that investment fund stepped in and started gutting it through a series of mergers and sell-offs. And get this, the fund itself no longer exists either. It's a shell corporation, meaning someone is just using Saner's name from the shadows. But what about those strange corpses? Just what the hell were they doing over there?
You got some weird priorities there, Miller.
And hey, got another buddy.
Snake, I've customized a walker gear just for you. It features a silent running system, great for infiltration missions, and you can also summon it to your location. I've taken the liberty of calling it the D-Walker. It's armed with a suppressed tranquilizer gun. If you want to add other weaponry or upgrade the chassis, give the order from your iDroid.
So yeah, that's the third buddy of the game. Oh no, a lonely gibbon.
Aww. It's okay, we'll put you on a team. You'll make friends.
Aw.
Boss, I've updated the mission list. We received a new job offer. It doesn't seem connected to Cypher or Skullface at all, but if it goes well, we may get an Afrikaans interpreter. The details are on your iDroid.
So yeah, D-Walker, it's gonna be a little bit before we use it, because it's kind of the, compared to the other buddies you get in the game, it's the most customizable one. It has like a ton of equipment you can develop for it, so it can kind of like work for any kind of play style, but it'll take a little bit to develop that stuff, and like, if you just use D-Walker from the get-go, like, all it can do is like the one Huey had, and a little bit ago, like, it's just that, but it has pistols instead of a minigun, so it's not great at the start.
It wasn't just Cypher. Back in the Caribbean, every eye in the world was turned on us. A private army, just a bunch of guys with guns, in possession of a nuke? Why wouldn't they be uncomfortable?
And that's why you made sure the inspection happened.
Well, I thought our best move was to prove to the UN through the IAEA that we had no nuke. Of course, I was against us having it in the first place, but that was Snake's decision.
The boss wasn't responsible.
Well, don't get me wrong, I still believed in Snake. I thought I was making the best decision for all of us, that's all. I figured we should get a third party to exonerate us before proof of the nuke did get out. And who better to do that than an organization with international authority?
So the truth is, you took it upon yourself to agree to an inspection arranged by the UN. Only the inspection was a ruse, and Cypher Strike Force XOF showed up instead.
I had no idea that would happen.
Enough bullshit!
Oh, sure, like I could have known. You know, I was just trying to prove our innocence to the world. What's wrong with that?
We're not interested in the excuses you've thought up. The truth is objective.
Just see it from my point of view.
You led XOF to the control tower. They seized it, giving them complete control over the base. Moments later, they detonated C4 on the strut legs. Anyone who'd managed to survive was hunted down by the assault force and their choppers.
You can't believe I did that on purpose.
That was the end of Mother Base. But it wasn't the end for you.
How can you... Look, think about it. I lost something too. I built Zeke and it got buried underwater. I am a victim.
That raises the big questions. Why were you the only one spared? You got away without a scratch. Why did Strangelove leave the base on the eve of the inspection? You two were close.
Strangelove?
And how did you manage to build something that surpasses Zeke in every way? Because you did everything they told you. You're the only one who didn't lose a thing. That is the truth.
I was taken away against my will. Skullface forced me to do his research these past 9 years. He used me. I lost 9 years.
9 years. We all lost 9 years. It wasn't just you.
I suppose blaming me makes you feel better, does it? But who's gonna give me back all the time I lost?
You're not getting anything back. You're not a victim here, Emmerich. You're the perpetrator.
I didn't know anything.
Nobody can back that up. Yeah, all the evidence is at the bottom of the ocean.
Let's just go deep sea diving. Oh,
Oh, oh.
I'm in a real big pickle now.
I'm going to invent a submarine with legs.
Eureka! I'm just imagining if Huey ever got like a job developing like more normal, like, you know, nothing used for military purposes, just like, oh, I'm designing new household appliances, I'm making a new microwave. The fucking microwave would get up and walk away. He would want to design a toaster that like gets up and gets the toast.
And brings you the toast.
Yeah.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Right, getting some new dudes. So there's the next upcoming mission is a weird one. You know, it's basically, this is a mandatory mission, and it gets you the interpreter for this area. It's kind of broken. And
fun, great.
Yeah,
love it.
you'll see why.
There's a violent power struggle going on within the contract forces of Africa, the PF that ran security for the Muthinda oil field. Most of their key people are Afrikaners, but naturally for a South African organization, some of its founders are British. Details are sketchy, but apparently the Afrikaners are holding these British personnel for interrogation near Kaziba camp. We've been asked to rescue one of them, a man known as the Viscount. We don't have the Viscount's exact location, but he doesn't speak the Afrikaners' language, Afrikaans. They'll need an interpreter who speaks English in order to interrogate him. Meaning if we tail the interpreter, he'll lead us right to the target. By the way, the contract specifies that it's all right to ignore the other British prisoners. But the final decision is yours, boss.
I'm gonna really tire out D-Dog here.
I'm just wondering who gave out this contract and is like, by the way, the others, meh.
Yeah.
That is eventually going to be declassified and there will be some very grumpy people.
So I had to change time of day for what I'm gonna do here. But first, whoa, he dodged my pet.
Oh,
There we go. First for this mission, we're just gonna have to say goodbye to D-Dog.
bye. Enjoy your trip.
He does not work well with this mission.
So that's how it's broken.
Yeah. Also, yeah, here's an example. You can just, like, if you look straight up, you could hear the rain just, like, hitting the quote-unquote microphone of the game's camera. It's cool. Yeah, we're gonna do 2 runs here, one with Big Boss and one with Vapor Snake. Big Boss is gonna be the one showing off just, like, everything wrong with this mission. And also, I gotta get to be about... If I want this mission to work correctly, it has to be about 6 p.m. when you start the mission. Otherwise, things ain't gonna go so good.
Several high-level British CFA officials are being held by their Afrikaner colleagues. One of these prisoners is the rescue target, a guy known as the Viscount. The target's location is unknown, but they're bound to have an interpreter present when they interrogate him. We've used info from the intel unit to predict the interpreter's location. It's on your iDroid. Follow the interpreter and extract the target when you find him.
So, the first issue with this mission is, at least if you start it not from the helicopter, but just from the open world, like that Jeep that drives by, they're carrying a POW in the back of the Jeep. If the first time you start this mission, that POW does not enter the Jeep, and instead they just stay behind the rock the Jeep drives from. And so, because that POW is not where they should be here, it breaks the scripting for the rest of the mission. You just have to restart mission, and then the POW will be in the fucking Jeep.
That's not the target. Orders are only the Viscount gets rescued. Can't understand why he'd receive special treatment, but I don't imagine it'll be a problem to save the other prisoners too. You found the interpreter. Now follow him to the target.
Gevangene.
Goeie werk, troep.
Wel, wat maak ek met hom?
Sit hom saam met die vrou.
That guy's rank is bad.
Ja, meneer. Beweeg.
To the bone.
So, you know, it was suggested in the mission briefing that, like, oh, don't do anything to the interpreter, follow him, and you'll be able to find out where the Viscount is and rescue him. If, like,
The CFA are all business. Hard to believe
say
they're
you
interrogating
see
their
that
own.
POW is there,
Situation must be worse than we thought.
he's being escorted only by one soldier, and they're going down a road where there are no other guards. It's really easy to rescue this POW. Don't do that! It breaks the scripting for the mission! That POW has to be in a spot later on, untouched, or else things go wrong.
And not in like the fun way if things go wrong and you gotta like
Oh, no.
improvise and shoot your way out.
Oh no, you'll just go like, why the fuck isn't anything working? What's happening?
Afrikaans is the lingua franca for mercs in that area. If you're going to get any information from interrogations, you'll need an interpreter. But don't extract the interpreter just yet. If he doesn't turn up...
Interpreter has to be the worst job on Mother Base, right?
Yeah.
Because you just chill out and then at any time somebody will grab you out of bed and throw a radio at your face. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Go now! Go! Go!
You get to stay, like, you don't have to go anywhere, but yeah, it just constantly interrupts your day.
He was smoking for 18 hours, but now he's holding up people. You have to do this now.
Yeah. Alright, so there's another POW. The interpreter is going to this guy.
You're the only person on the base that is happy when the boss starts punching a bear. Because bears don't talk.
Yeah.
This is your last chance.
Die MPLA se olieveldregte. Waar het die inligting vandaan gekom?
The MPLA's oilfield rights. Where did you get this information?
I told you. I only know it was an anonymous source.
Dit was 'n anonieme bron.
Moenie my vir 'n poepel vat nie.
You're not fooling anybody.
Ask any of the others. Nobody knows anything.
Hy sê jy moet die ander probeer vra.
O, so hulle het saam 'n storie opgemaak. Dit is hoekom jy nie die Britte kan vertrou nie. Weet jy hoeveel Afrikaners sit onder julle gelei tydens die Boereoorlog?
You made up a story with the others. You British are all liars. You know how much the Afrikaners suffered because of you in the Boer War.
That wasn't me.
Hy sê dit was nie hy nie.
Maar dit was julle wat ons verraai het.
But it was you that betrayed us.
It wasn't me. It was the Viscount.
Genoeg! As jy niks weet nie, is ons seker klaar.
The reason why this mission is so annoying, why it breaks, is because, you know, the interpreter is going one by one to the other people that we were not hired to rescue and interrogating them first before they go interrogate the Viscount and then execute him.
So, our rescue target was behind some kind of plot.
But that means those guys need to interrogate every POW. So if suddenly the POW is not there, they just don't know what to do and all their scripting breaks and then they never go to interrogate the Viscount.
Boss, I did some digging, and it seems the target himself gave us this mission through a representative. Obviously, he couldn't contact us directly due to his predicament. But still, something about this Viscount doesn't add up. If you're going to use a weapon, be careful not to draw the enemy's attention.
Now, if you just want to play this mission, and like there are other ways to figure out, you know, where the Viscount are, but you might not know what they are, and you just kind of accidentally stumble upon them, or you accidentally just stumble upon the Viscount himself. But one of the optional mission like objectives is to hear all of the interrogations. Now, if you're going for 100%, you need to do this, and you're going to be real mad because you're going to spend 5 hours on this mission wondering why they never interrogate all the people. So, like, you know, they got in that Jeep, and then they're driving to some other prisoners to interrogate. One of those prisoners was that guy from the very beginning of the mission that I said, don't touch him. Because they'll go there, and their scripting is waiting for 2 POWs to be there, and if there's only one, it's not like they go like, oh, guess we can't interrogate him. They just stand there forever for the rest of the mission, and they don't fucking talk. Another thing is, even if both POWs are here, the scripting for these guys can still break. They'll walk right up to the POWs, they'll get the other lady, and they'll get her out of the cage she's being held in, and then they'll still just stand there and never talk to the POWs. And that's because their scripting will break based on time of day. That's why I made it 6:30, almost 6:30 p.m. when I started the mission, because by the time I get here, several in-game hours have passed. And if it's like beyond like 11 p.m. or maybe midnight, that's when their scripting breaks, and they'll just stand here instead of talking.
Alles in orde. Nou kan julle albei met my gesels. Maar het julle die inligting oor die MPLA se olieveld regtig gekry?
Now you will both talk. Where did you get the information on the MPLA's oil field rights?
We don't know anything. I swear.
Hy sê hy sweer hulle weet van niks.
Believe us.
So jy verwag van my om te glo. Jy het die MPLA gekontak op inligting van 'n anonieme bron.
You mean you attempted to contact the MPLA based on information from an unknown source?
We thought it was suspicious, sure. But we stood to make a lot of money out of it.
Dit was verdag, maar hulle wou 'n wins maak.
We're businessmen.
Ons is sakemanne.
Sakemanne. Jy grap seker. Gefaalde huursoldate wat die land probeer kaalstroom.
You're a joke, not businessmen. Failed mercenaries trying to skin this country.
We didn't try to hide anything. The Viscount said to keep quiet for now. That's all.
Sy sê hulle het nie bedoel om iets weg te steek nie, maar die burggraaf het hulle stilgehou.
Ha! Dus als die burggraaf se skuld. Goed. Die burggraaf kan ons die res vertel.
And a Viscount can tell us the rest.
Wait, she had nothing to do with this.
Moenie bekommerd wees nie. Die hel is groot genoeg vir julle albei.
All right, this specific interrogation is usually where the game breaks. Here's something else, like, here's an example, like, it was like 3 or 4 in the morning instead, so all these guys are here. Just standing, and you can, like, smoke a phantom cigar, and hours will pass, and they'll still be standing there, and nothing ever happens. And some people have suggested, like, oh, just restart from checkpoint, and a lot of the times it'll fix the scripting. That's not the case if the time is wrong and all that other shit. Here's another dumb bug, though. Sometimes they will execute the POWs before they can even interrogate them. And on top of that, like, after they shoot them, they will then go, whoa, who shot these bodies? Where did those gunshots come from? And then they go on alert because they shot their own guns.
Wow, it should be really easy for you to take these people apart. They're idiots.
Like, they call in an alert because they shot their own guns. Fuck. It's
You're
just
seeing the
worst.
first stages of a cover-up. That's what it is.
So, yeah, this mission's very frustrating if you're trying to play it like the quote-unquote intended way that's suggested to you. I'm pretty sure very few people have ever played this the way it was, like, intended. I think everybody just kind of ends up finding the Viscount on their own. Like, at least it's not broken in the way where it's uncompletable, it's just... It's very bad for trying to do 100%. And now, like, at this point, it's okay to, like, start Fultoning people. You start Fultoning earlier, bad things will happen.
I love that they somehow know what's coming.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna flop over, you strap a balloon to me, whatever, let's go.
Yep, they've heard the rumors, even all the way here in Africa.
The prisoner wasn't the target either. We got some more information though. This most recent prisoner wasn't the target either.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Yeah, that is one way to kind of figure out where the Viscount is, though, is if you start Fultoning the POWs, they give you hints, and once you get all the hints, it's pretty easy to figure out where he is.
Mm-hmm.
So, we kind of fast-forwarded a full in-game day because the mission was still kind of broken, in that we... At this point, you just have to wait for the interrogator to go to the meeting point where they're going to bring the Viscount. But they do that very slowly, and they do it in a strange roundabout way where they don't walk straight to the thing. They just kept, like, walking in circles around a building for a while before they went to the fucking building. So, now they're here. In fact, the Viscount was late to the meeting, or not the Viscount, the interpreter was late to the meeting. He's supposed to get there first, but the Viscount was brought there before he even got there. And I still had to wait a bunch.
Kill me anyway.
Hy sê jy gaan hom in elk geval dood.
Miskien nie. Afhangende van wat jy my vertel.
Maybe not, depending on what you tell me.
We don't know the informant's identity.
Hy sê hulle weet nie wie die informant is.
Oh, ek vind dit baie moeilik om te glo.
He does not believe you.
Maar as jy so graag die emmer wil skoon, dis ek om te stel.
If you want to die, we will make it happen.
Ons nooit met die Britte gewerk het nie.
We never should have worked with the Brits.
A nationalist.
Is jy 'n nasionalis?
Apartheid on its last legs already. Get with the times.
Apartheid is besig om tot 'n einde te kom.
Dis die arrogansie van 'n verraaier.
That is some attitude from a traitor.
What am I supposed to say? Trust me?
Hy verwag nie dat jy hom moet vertrou nie.
But how about we make a deal?
Hy sê hy wil probeer om 'n ooreenkoms te sluit.
Daardie deur is reeds toe.
That door is closed already.
Wait!
Oh, you're back.
But there's the full interrogation. It's fine to rescue him now. Oh. It's just so weird because, like, if this scripting stuff didn't break so easily, if it wasn't so fragile, this mission would actually be a pretty easy one. Like, just following guys and listening to stuff. It's not that hard, especially compared to the last couple of previous missions. Because also the base you're at is, like, really big, open, and, like, spread out.
Mm-hmm.
It's not hard to stay undetected. Like, I thought, oh, surely, once I know, like, check out some YouTube videos, I will know the things to avoid. And, you know, I'll be able to avoid the awful glitches. And it's, no, there are even more than I've seen documented on the internet.
Yeah. Well, good job getting this A+ dude.
Yeah, at least he's good stat-wise.
Not so good at preventing a division that's tearing apart his own private military company.
Yeah.
So maybe don't put him in charge of anything. That would probably be bad.
But anyways, Vapor Snake, he's gonna have fun. But also, he lost so much blood fighting that bear. He's actually getting a blood transfusion right now. Like, look at that. They got a little drip and everything hooked up to him. That happens anytime you lose, like, a shit ton of blood in this game.
Several high-level British CFA officials are being held by their Afrikaner colleagues. One of these prisoners is the rescue target, a guy known as the Viscount. The target's location is unknown, but they're bound to have an interpreter present when they interrogate him. We've used info from the intel unit.
But yeah, playing this mission just the way you want to, not following the fucking dudes, it's a lot more fun.
If you're going to use a weapon, be careful not to draw the enemy's attention.
Anyway, this is mine now. I keep it.
Also, I love that you can, unless it's a really big tree, you can just barrel any tree over with a vehicle.
Hey, you want to meet your old friend the Viscount?
And since Africa's a lot more wide open, I am finally able to show. It's still a little difficult to do compared to how you could do in Ground Zeroes, but you could just drive on 2 tires.
Nice.
It's a lot of fun. Ground Zeroes even had leaderboards for how long you were able to keep a vehicle on just 2 tires. Whoa. And also, check this out. Keep your eye on the Jeep. It's like his seat was spring-loaded.
I do love mud bogging with my bros.
We found the interpreter. Now follow him to the target. What are you doing? If the interpreter doesn't show up, they won't be able to interrogate anyone. Then they'll just kill the target.
I really love Ocelot's tone there. What are you doing?
Stop throwing yourself at everybody. And I do mean that emotionally, boss. You get attached too soon. You're wearing your heart on your sleeve and you ain't even got sleeves.
It's just the way he says it. It's like this funny mix of like disappointment, but already like he already knew he was gonna do something dumb like this.
Boss. Well, we'll just have to interrogate him to find out where the target is.
Even Miller gets disappointed in you.
We're not mad. We're just disappointed.
Seems the prisoners aren't held together, and the cells and interrogation rooms are separate places.
So yeah, pretty wide open. Mission can be completed very quickly if you just keep the Jeep with you.
You can tell us where the interrogations are conducted, but they won't start before nightfall. Though if they get suspicious, now that the
Yes, they will only happen during a specific time
hurry up and find him.
during the night.
And only when it's a certain phase of the moon, and only when the air is just right.
That's one way to open a cage.
Please help me.
Look, it's fine. You just sort of shuffle out of there.
Yeah.
That's not the target. Orders are only the Viscount gets rescued. Can't understand why he'd receive special treatment. But I don't
Also,
imagine
look at
it'd be
this.
a problem to save
They have
the
their own
other
decoys.
prisoners, too.
Amazing.
That also.
Is that because you've been throwing a lot of decoys?
It happens when it's kind of like a mix of like using some decoys, but also just not getting. It's actually not getting caught that much, and also doing a lot of marking, because your binoculars cannot differentiate between real soldiers and decoys. So yeah, it can start adding just more markers to your map. Take that, rat. It'll start adding more markers to your map, and it, when you can't like see them, you're only seeing the marker through walls. It makes you think there's more enemies than there are. The nice thing though is if you're not marking yourself and you have D-Dog doing that for you, he does not tag decoys. He can tell the difference.
Oh, what a good boy.
Yeah.
Throw her. Throw her. Yeah.
So, our rescue target was behind some kind of plot.
I like that she doesn't really object to this.
It's better than where she was an hour ago.
I guess so, yeah.
And it seems the target himself gave us this mission through a representative. Obviously, he couldn't contact us directly due to his predicament. But still, something about this Viscount doesn't add up.
All right, here's the deal. If I ever get captured by my own PMC, I want you to contact another PMC to bust me the F out. And I don't care about anybody else involved.
And yeah, the other way to figure out where the Viscount is, straight up, if you just go here, you can get a map that gives you, like, the transportation routes of everybody.
This is a list of prisoner detainment locations.
It seems like I was on your jock for no good reason, boss.
You're doing great, actually. In fact, it seems like it's probably just saving a lot more time than if you just followed this guy around for half an hour. Come on. That didn't even hit him. I think he just got shocked and fell over.
He was very surprised.
Yeah. Yeah, the hitbox for thrown bodies is gigantic. Whoop.
I think that's a bit too far to throw the lady.
Yeah. And because I was accidentally, like, still midway in the animation of trying to throw the grenade, I couldn't pull my pistol out, so whoops.
With that panic going on, they could decide to kill the target.
It's fine.
Hurry.
Lady, no, I'm sorry. Look, I've been through a lot with this lady already. She's way cooler. How about we just have her instead? She can learn.
Yeah. She probably didn't sell out her people for some, like, oil rights.
Yeah.
Probably.
Probably. Whoa. Oh. Unbreakable. Whoa. Oh no! Yeah, rolling cars over in this game is weird, but I kind of like it, how it works, because, like, you're always fine, but, like, POWs and other people always just freaking, like, get, like, ejected kind of violently from their seats.
We got some more information, though. They're going to interrogate the target at night.
Well, it's daytime, and I don't need to worry about that. Hello. Hi.
Very tactical.
Yeah. There he is.
Yeah.
Why are you winking at me?
That's my French landed noble I've been looking for.
All right, mister. You're in a lot of trouble.
Roger.
Oh, but yeah, that's just play the mission like this or something like that. It's way better that way. At least that way the mission doesn't feel like super broken and busted. But yeah, there is no other mission in the game, even like if you're working on the optional objectives that are this broken. There's like one or two others where there are optional objectives to like listen to like some secret conversation between soldiers, but they're a little buggy, but just it's not like this. It's not like this where you breathe and the whole game falls apart. Whoa!
Whoa!
Wow!
Wow!
That's a fast helicopter.
Target extraction confirmed. Get yourself out of the hot zone. By chopper or by land. It's your choice.
I already decided.
Yeah, I think we're gonna take the chopper on this one. I'm already in it.
I'm fine.
Anyway, I hope this guy was worth it.
Yeah.
And isn't some sort of monstrous scumbag.
Good work.
See, are you less mad now, Miller? It worked out.
We even got a new pet gerbil.
Yeah, we got a new gerbil.
All right. Mission complete, boss. Maybe you'll actually break a sweat next time, huh?
It would have been an S if I hadn't got caught, probably, but oh well.
Boss, one of the other British prisoners filled us in about the Viscount. It turns out he's a real two-faced son of a bitch.
No.
He was planning to secure the MPLA's oil field rights for himself in exchange for swapping the CFA's alliance from the anti-government United rebels to the state-backed MPLA. He hid this from the Afrikaners, but once he thought the jig was up, he tried to pin it on the other British personnel and take off.
Yeah, he's an asshole.
The Afrikaners captured him, and that was when he
Anyway, he's part of our army now.
Yeah, he's great. I love him
I'll throw
now.
him in the brig for now, but we may have to be extra persuasive with this one.
We'll just punch him more before he works for us.
We got some interesting news out of our friend the Viscount. He mentioned that more than a few PFs in the region have purchased walker gears. The CFA's the same. That's Soviet Army technology, and it's still a prototype. Only Cypher could be leaking it to the PFs. But the question is, why?
The quote-unquote the Viscount.
Yeah.
He doesn't get a special code name. Like when he's in your base, he's just called the Viscount.
Great.
Yep. That's the name he's stuck with now for the rest of his life. It's been legally changed.
Two-faced gerbil.